life, the bright lights, the type the crowd likes. Where you at, ballers? Ladies love me and men, they wanna be me, they pay to come see me. Where you at, ballers?
Sixers at Knicks. Junior Browne back in the NBA Shot Clock on this Monday, April 22nd with another free pick. Rocking with the under 208 in this game. Game 1 was a real playoff game. That's what the playoffs are supposed to look like. I am no Knicks fan, but when the Knicks are good and the Garden is rocking, the NBA is just better. All of that being said, I think that there's going to be some regression offensively for both teams, especially the Knicks, who hit 16 threes, shot, 45% from 3, if I'm not mistaken. Really needed a bunch of Josh Hart threes to seal that game. The sides are a bit too close to call because until I know what Joel Embiid looks like, is he going to play 1 quarter? Is he going to play 4 quarters? I don't really know, so I'm kind of staying away from the sides here. What I do know is this. The Sixers' defense against Jalen Brunson worked in Game 1. Is it going to work again in Game 2? I don't really know because Jalen Brunson has one of the most unique offensive games. He can score in so many different ways that I think he can figure it out. But as long as you keep him, what's the word I'm going to look for? Off balance, and him trying to figure things out, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the guys. Now, Josh Hart stepped up with one of the games of his career, probably the best game he's ever played in his career. But he's been a monster this whole second half of the season. Like, he's averaging 12 and a half points and then 11 and a half rebounds since the All-Star break, and he's like 2 guard. That's literally insane. So he's part of the glue that holds the Knicks together. But to ask him to repeat his performance and Miles McBride to repeat his performance, and a lot of these guys to just do that again, it's really, really difficult. Pay attention to the Knicks box score. The Knicks had like 23 offensive rebounds. They needed every single one of those to get over 100 points. I think if the Sixers can clean up the glass, keep the pace down because both teams had under 90 possessions, I think there will be some offensive regression, especially for the Knicks, who are scoring at a pace of 125 points per 100 possessions, which is absolutely not sustainable for them. So with fewer possessions, with some offensive regression, with the Sixers defense continuing to bother Jalen Brunson, with Embiid's status up in the air, I can only look to the under. So give me the under 208. Let's cash yet another ticket, y'all. Magic at Cavs. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Monday, April 22nd with another free pick, and we're rocking with the under 202.5 in this game. I am not an NBA employee, but on behalf of the league, I'd like to apologize to all of you that had to subject yourself to that disgusting display of basketball that we've seen in Game 1. That was one of the worst basketball games I've ever seen in my life, regular season or playoffs. That being said, the reason I'm taking the under in Game 2 is because this game was actually played at a pretty quick pace. Each team had 95 possessions, even though they managed to put up a 1994 playoff score by getting under 200 points. Now, I'm going to start with Orlando here, and I'm going to stay away from talking about their offense, because the reality of their situation is they're by far the worst offense in the playoffs, but that's not how they got here. They got to the playoffs with their defense. And if you look at how that game played out, if you exclude the first quarter where the Cleveland Cavaliers were on fire and scored 33 points, Orlando held them to 20 in the second quarter, 20 in the third quarter, and 24 in the fourth quarter. So they held them to 64 points through 3 quarters, and I think that they can build on that. I think that they're going to improve their transition defense. Again, I'm not going to speak on their offense because it's so bad that I can't make any predictions that are anything other than a guess. Even if they play better, they still ain't going to get over 107 points, in my opinion. I think both of these teams get less than 100 points, though, because I do think that this game is going to be played at an even slower pace. Both teams will get under 90 possessions, and with the quality defense on both sides, because even though the Cavaliers haven't been playing good defense post-All-Star break, against this team, they match up really well, and they do have the players that can shut down Orlando's offensively challenged roster. So give me the under 202.5. Let's cash another ticket, y'all. Lakers at Nuggets. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Monday, April 22nd with another free pick. We're rocking with the Nuggets team total over 115.5. I think that the first game was played at the Nuggets pace, And if the Lakers want any chance of winning a game, let alone the series, they're going to have to play faster. They're going to have to push the pace. In case y'all don't know, the Lakers are top 5 in the league in pace and in transition opportunities for the entire season. And it's because their half-court offense is subpar. That being said, in Game 1, the Lakers' half-court offense was actually more efficient than Denver's. Denver's transition offense is what helped lead them to victory and their offensive rebounding. I just think that the Lakers come in here looking to push the pace. Anthony Davis played amazing in Game 1, but LeBron is going to need more transition opportunities to be more efficient. Not to say he was bad in Game 1, but there's something actually I want y'all to pay attention about LeBron, something that I've been noticing the last couple of games. In that fourth quarter against the Pelicans, he looked exhausted. Like when Zion got hurt, the most relieved person in the building was LeBron James. I promise you that. He went 1 for 8 in that fourth quarter against the Pelicans. I was like, oh, well, maybe that's just like a one-off. Well, in Game 1 against Denver, he looked like he could barely cross the finish line. He was so tired, which is why I think he only took 2 shots in the fourth quarter. He was like, nah, y'all got it. I'm going to be a passenger for this one. Even though I'm saying what I'm saying, his team still needs to push the pace, not just for him to be more efficient, for D'Lo to be more efficient, for Austin Reeves to be more efficient. Their transition opportunities provide them a lot of drives to the basket, kickouts for threes. So if the Lakers want to have any chance of stealing a game in Denver, which is highly unlikely, they're going to have to push the pace. More possessions for me means more points for Denver, clearly, because their offense is so efficient. They scored 114 with barely over 90 possessions. We get to 100 possessions or more, I think they sail over this 115.5 total. I'm staying away from the spread because there's so many moving parts in this series, and I think there will be adjustments. I think the total is the play here. So give me the Denver Nuggets over 115.5. Let's do what we do, y'all. Let's cash another ticket.